Hi y'all. Hi everybody. It's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. It's really windy here. I hope the wind isn't too bad. I hope the audio is okay. Yesterday and the day before was really nice here in Texas. We had like high 60s. I think it might have even hit the 70 mark yesterday. I'm not sure, but maybe in parts it went up a little bit higher. Maybe down south it was much warmer. But here where I'm at in the middle lower panhandle area, it's really windy today and we're getting a little bit of a cold spell, so just kind of bear with me with the audio. I mean, it's really loud on this side. I can hear it right in my ear, so I hope it's not showing up on the audio. But I'm gonna go ahead and give a stimulus package or stimulus check update. I made one I think a couple of days ago regarding the $900 billion bill that they had worked out between both sides. And I think they were fine-tuning it and going to ship it off to Trump to get his stamp of approval on it. And that included $600 stimulus checks. That's the first package really that they've agreed on for a stimulus check. Mitch McConnell's been the holdout, and he's had a few backers about that, about not wanting to give direct payments to people. He's wanted to send it all to businesses and programs to help businesses and government, local government, state or local governments. He didn't want to give any money to individuals. He was totally against that, and so were numerous Republicans. There's some other Republicans that have softened up and have realized, people are just, living in the streets. I think it's really affecting a lot of them, seeing how many homeless people there are, how many evictions that have happened, how many people have lost jobs. And it's even financially affected a lot of these people. They own businesses also, and a lot of the businesses that have gone under, either indirectly or directly, have affected some of the people in Congress that own these businesses. Either their suppliers to the businesses that they directly own have gone under, or they're having supply chain problems for the businesses that they directly own. So some of the outlier type of businesses have gone out of business or are having trouble, keeping enough employees to be able to pay them, because a lot of the businesses have gone, out of business, are not ordering from these types of businesses, and it's affecting even wealthy people, and so some of them have softened up to the idea. They've realized, there's people who need, it's going to take money to get out of this, just absolute money in your pocket to really get out of this. If you don't have a job, or if it's, unsteady because of what's going on right now, the housing issue, they're starting to really realize that it's really starting to hit a lot of even the upper, I want to say upper level, wealthier people who are have business interests, or a lot of these people who invested in real estate, that a lot of these houses and large complexes are beginning to empty out. People are moving, and they're lowering their rent. You can get a great deal in New York, in Los Angeles, all these bigger cities with these high-rise apartments, these upscale apartments. A lot of them are, people are moving and leaving, or they can't pay their rent and they're being evicted. And to try to get replacement tenants, they're lowering the rents by $1,000 or more, which, great deal. But if you don't have any income, you don't have any way to pay for it. These people that own all these real estate holding, not just the building itself, but the holdings of investment companies, they're taking a hit too. So back to the stimulus plan and the stimulus check. The leader of the free world, the cluster F-bomb that he is, He threw his monkey wrench into this. After all this time of everybody arguing, they finally get a package together. He is so petty, and I absolutely believe he did this on purpose. I don't believe he did it for the will of the people, the goodwill of people. He has said that he wants a $2,000 check in the package, which is great. I mean, perfect. But I don't think what's behind that is that he really cares about people. I believe he is so upset with Mitch McConnell finally throwing, in the towel about Joe Biden, recognizing Joe Biden as president-elect, with Trump trying to get reelected and going through all these lawsuits and everything. And people are finally starting, even the Republicans, most of the Republicans in the Congress are, in reality, they know that it's not going to happen, and it would take a massive fraud. They would have to find massive fraud, and they haven't found that. I think they have found little pockets of, wrongdoing, but there's no massive fraud that they've, even the, U.S. attorneys, general, anybody investigating this, anybody connected with it has not brought forth any, massive fraud enough to overturn any kind of election results. So they're backing, most of Congress is backing, inputting Joe Biden as, the next president of the United States. And I think Trump is so petty and so upset about this, and he is such, he demands such loyalty, even to the point where he doesn't care if he's breaking the law, or he wants other people to break the law for him. A lot of people who were in his administration, who were hanging on to him, they've gone to prison. They did things for him, and then they went to prison. And he's still demanding that people be loyal to him, and I think he's so mad about that, about Mitch McConnell and all these other Republicans turning on him and acknowledging Joe Biden now. And if he does veto this, I think it'll be on this Thursday that he would have to put his stamp of approval on it. If he does do this, it would undo the whole package, I believe. And I think, it could go into another week or month, or it may not even get passed if these hardcore Republicans who don't want to give money to individuals, if they don't agree with giving $2,000, which is what Kamala Harris wanted to do, in the campaigns. She was suggesting, a package with $2,000 per month for each individual for, I think, throughout the pandemic, and then up to 6 months or a year after the pandemic was declared over, that people would still get these $2,000 checks, which I just didn't believe that was going to happen. I wanted it to. Oh my gosh, I wanted it to. But I absolutely don't think that that's going to happen. But, well, there's a possibility that we will get more, because that is what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris want to do. Is they believe in, restoring the economic balance. And the only way you're going to do that is if people have jobs and money and places to live. And none of this stimulus package that's gone through Mitch McConnell's end has been populated with any kind of help, directly to individuals, to helping them get a place to live without, being evicted, which that protection, actually, I think it runs out at the end of this month, or maybe after the beginning of the year, after New Year's. If this doesn't pass through, then there's going to be millions of people that will be evicted. You watch. If this doesn't happen, and the eviction protection that's the last eviction protection that Trump signed, I I absolutely believe that there will be millions of people out. I mean, these people that own these businesses, own these houses and apartments or whatever, you know, they want to get paid too. They need money too. And if they've got somebody that's been living in there for 3, 4, 6 months that haven't paid because they're unemployed, they are going to evict them. They're not going to just, you know, support another family, and they probably may or may not be able to have, you know, have the funds to do that. But, you know, they're going to want to go back into, you know, a business, you know, into collecting rent. You know, that's their business. So if something doesn't happen with this bill, if this doesn't get into law, then with Trump's signature, which he wants to hold out for the $2,000 check, which I would love. I don't have any problem with that. I would absolutely, I'm completely for that, as long as they can get it done quickly. And if he does sign it, if they do, it kind of threw Mitch McConnell a curveball at the last second. He did that, just blew it up, you know. Trump just blew it up, you know, the way that he is. And now it's, who knows if it's going to be 600 or 1,200 or 2,000. I don't know. And if it does get passed through with the $2,000 check, I don't think that we will not. If it doesn't pass with the $600 check, then I don't think we'll get a check. You know, we're not going to get a check next week. If they're still arguing about whether or not to give a $2,000 check, then it will be a week or two or more before we get that check anyway. But if he signs it, I'm saying on Thursday, I'm not really sure. But, well, even if there was a particular date, you know, Trump, he'll make up his own particular date or however he wants to do it. So if it does get signed, then yes, we will probably get the checks next week. But if it doesn't get signed and they want to put the $2,000 check in it, it would be a delay on that, and it would be longer before we would get the checks. And once the inauguration, if anyway we don't get any kind of stimulus deal or package or check before Inauguration Day, then Joe Biden will, he said he is going to express it, put it on express to get some checks out to us. And with Kamala Harris and him together, I really think that we would probably get a third or a fourth check. I believe that personally, but we don't know. We'll just have to see what happens on this crazy train. Okay. Thank you all for coming to my channel. Thank you so much, and hope you're having a good day, and thank you. Like, comment, subscribe.